What's up, guys? Mason the Brock Henderson here, and this is The Blacklist, Season 6, Episodes 7 through 9, because I'm an idiot. I recorded my individual reviews of all these episodes, like I typically do for multiple episode reviews, and for some reason didn't upload it off of my tablet onto my laptop, and then deleted it off my tablet. So yeah, I lost all those reviews. So I'm going to redo them as best I can. So first of all, start off with episode 7, General Shiro. Very interesting episode overall, building on this, idea that Red's looking for someone. He's looking for something good. I don't know exactly what it's going to play towards. But it was also very fun episode for bug lovers such as myself. I'm not like scared of bugs or anything, but I just can't stand them. Like, I was never that kid that was like, "Ooh, put a tarantula in my hand" when I was younger. I wasn't like, "Ah, tarantula," but I just don't like that feeling of something crawling on me. Like, it's gross. And if there's one in my room, it's my room. You're in my room, I'm gonna kill you. Like, that's the agreement that I have with bugs. If they enter my room, they're not welcome. It's the death penalty. So, with that in mind, that whole beetles coming out of the throat thing was just not fun. Just, ugh. On top of that, the one thing I do remember that really annoyed me from this episode was that weird chanting music that they played. I really felt like I don't know, they just went with it too long, so it was already annoying, it was kind of grating, and there was no, like, real change in pitch. It was just the same tone being held, and it just lasted forever. Like, after 10 seconds, I'm like, all right, that's enough of that. And then went on for more than 30 seconds, and I'm just like, please shut it off. You're driving me insane. So that was something I legitimately did not like in that. But yeah, I mean, as far as the everything going on, tracking down this guy who wants to kill humans because bugs deserve to live. It was okay. It was a fine case, but what it means for Reddington and what it means for the trial itself, really very interesting to see, like, what he's planning. And I can't remember. That's part of the problem with trying to do multiple episodes at a time. I don't remember when the treason. I think that was episode 9, actually, when he talks about his acts of treason and reveals the truth. So, yeah. Episode 7, though, General Shiro, typically it was just more about, like, kind of, I guess, arguing in court, like, I think it was the one he was getting his jury together? Yeah. He's trying to get his jury together. It was just very interesting to see how Red, he's really up against it. He's constantly hitting these roadblocks every single time he tries to do something. It just blocks in his path. Like, it really does feel like there's just something constantly in his way. And especially with Liz putting him there, I don't think she realized just how difficult it was going to be once she put him in prison for him to get out, and get out of this situation where he looks like he's going to die. So, yeah, it just kind of showed, though, with all the complications that he was having with the jury, that one little short guy that helps him, causing more trouble than really helping him. Excuse me. It was really kind of an interesting view into how bad things really are for Reddington right now. And that leads us into episode 8, which is Marco Jankowicz. And from this one, I do remember Emotep was the blacklister for this one. I'm just looking at him, I'm like, that's the Mummy. Like, what? He's in the show? It's always kind of fun whenever you recognize somebody. You're like, I know you from something else. That's cool. But yeah, so very interesting in this one to see Liz and Jennifer really trying to do something about the Red situation, trying to figure out more about him. And of course it ends up causing more harm than good for them, because this is the one where Red figures out what Liz is trying to do with him in there and really starts to suspect her of being the one that betrayed him and put him behind bars. So yeah, I mean, just everything to do, though, with Jennifer being taken. At the time I was eating, so all of the drug mule, like, cutting their bellies open, that was fun to watch. But yeah, it was just very intense. It was very, I don't know, just something about it felt very real in the moment. And you're just like, holy crap, like things are getting really desperate. Jennifer's life basically hanging in the balance. And I mean, it's the one thing that would cause Liz to kind of give Red even more information, more than he really needs to know what she's trying to do. So just seeing that kind of back and forth and the almost chess match that's being played, and Liz makes the one move, not realizing that that one move is actually going to help Reddington in his side of the game. So, yeah, just very interesting case in Blacklister in general, and just again, the main point of this episode was just showing that Liz is kind of slipping because she wants to find out about Red. She wants to find out who he really is, and it's kind of pushing her to the point where now she's starting to slip up and make a few mistakes here and there. It's also the one where Wrestler finds out everything about what's going on with Liz and with Reddington. So, yeah, I mean, all in all, it was definitely a very, very interesting just episode, just to kind of set up for what ends up being kind of a climactic episode, episode 9. And this one, it's the one that I remember the most, not just because it was the last one I watched, but also because it really felt like the climax of this first half of the season. Even though it's not the season finale, or the mid-season finale even, it felt like this is what it's been building to, this trial for Red being on treason, or on trial for treason, and basically him revealing the truth about everything that happened. So episode 9, Minister D? Yeah, Minister D. Essentially, they're tracking down this guy who has all of this information, has the information about what Katarina did to Raymond Reddington. And it just, I don't know, it shows what's the real strength about this show. Because a lot of shows, the one that I think gets the most criticism for this is The Walking Dead. It tends to be, you have a bunch of episodes in the middle that aren't really doing much. It's like the first episode and then the mid-season, and then you have the finale at the very end of the season as well. That's typically where things happen, like something big happens, and it, huge cliffhanger or something along those lines that gets the people talking. And the rest of it is kind of like, it's just stuff happening. I personally don't really have that thought, and I know I've talked about it in some of my past Walking Dead reviews. I like the in-between stuff just because it gives character development, which makes you care about these characters, which is good because you want to care about them in a survival show, unlike Fear the Walking Dead. But this show in particular, because of the way it's set up, they do a good job of, you're building up and then you have a truth bomb. And you're building up again, you have another truth bomb. Then you're building up, and then you have the mid-season finale. That type of flow really keeps the audience on edge because you're never really sure what episode is going to be super important and what episode is going to be just kind of filler, moving the plot along type of episode. And so like 7 and 8, like they're not really, filler's not the right word, but essentially they're just kind of moving the plot along, like pieces being moved around, plot happening. Episode 9 is what it's all leading to, which is the treason charge, the trial, and then Red reveals the truth. And he shows us what actually happened, how Katarina betrayed Reddington, and she's the one that sold the information. So the whole thing that Reddington was originally accused on, the treason, didn't actually happen. It was Katarina that did it and blamed him for it because she wanted to discredit him. That's huge. That's really interesting, not just because of what it means for Raymond Reddington, but also what it means for whoever is Raymond Reddington now. Because, I mean, if you really think about it, if this guy is not Raymond Reddington, which they're seeming to imply that he's not, and that's the thing, I've kind of gone back and forth now because of how he's been acting this season. If he's not, clearly he's somebody that does care about Raymond Reddington. And maybe that's why he looks after Liz so much and why he cares about her, because he cares about Raymond Reddington and what Raymond Reddington stands for. Because why else would he clear his name of treason? Because that's what originally set this whole thing in motion. What set Raymond Reddington on the path of crime is this initial framing of selling secrets to the KGB, to Russia. I mean, it just really flips the whole idea of who he is and why he's doing this. It feels like he took that moment, took Raymond Reddington's identity, and became this criminal mastermind just so he would have enough power and infamy so he could take on this cabal that first attacked him, first attacked Reddington. So I really have to wonder, is he somebody that was close with Reddington before? And if that's the case, is he somebody that was close with Liz before, he took her father's spot? I don't know. Like, it really... there's a lot of questions that this raises, and again, it just sort of flips the whole idea of how Reddington became a criminal mastermind in the first place. It kind of flips it on its head. And it's what I really, really like about the show, is it can always throw these twists in whenever. Like, it doesn't have to be the mid-season finale, because I'm pretty sure mid-season finale is going to be episode 12, because it's like the conclusion to whatever his name is, Moreau. So this is not even the mid-season finale, and yet they're dropping this huge truth bomb on us. So yeah, I mean, it's really well done, really good writing, very good at keeping me interested. And of course now we're going into more trial based on the other crimes he committed, which we know he's guilty of those. And yeah, I don't know what's going to happen with him next as far as that all is concerned. Because, I mean, again, they're doing a really good job of keeping me guessing about what's going to happen next. And, like, I don't know. I want to see more. I'm intrigued, and it's got me excited. So, with all that being said, that's it for me. So let me know what you guys think down in the comment section below. What were your thoughts on these 3 episodes? Let me know. We can talk about and discuss all that good stuff. Leave a like and subscribe, future Blacklist reviews, and I'll see you guys in the next one. Hopefully back to the same format, because I'm not going to be an idiot and erase it when I do it next time. Peace out.